Good afternoon, my name is Nick Crochet. Thanks for coming and saying good day. I'm the Managing Director of Private Fleet and Fincar Novated Leasing. But today I'm here to tell you a story. I'm here to tell you a story about how we as a business changed our culture. Culture from some level of negativity into a very positive space. Place now that hasn't had a resignation in the last 24 months. And we've built a culture where there's so much positivity that people are coming in early and staying late. We've given them the opportunity to make decisions that empower them to decide how they want to live their life, and limiting the potential. So how did we do this? I think firstly, we had to recognise that we needed a change, and there's no doubt that a couple of years ago that it got to the point where our business got to the point where, look, it's a healthy financial business, but it got to the point where we realised that our staff probably weren't buying into, what we would hope was our business model, 100%. We found that if we wanted them to do more than the minimum, they would be referring to contracts and I don't get paid for this and all these sorts of things that you as HR would have heard 1,000 times before. And ultimately, it's not fair, etc., etc. So we run a business where there is a commission base in place, as well as a full-time wage, and I feel as though that we've always given the opportunity for people to make good income and a good base salary, and we've had a lot of previous employees that have been with us for 10, 15 years that have been incredibly successful. But it was just an underlying feeling that there was just negativity and whinging, and it came down to the point where the question may be asked, how's business, Nicholas? And my answer was quite simply, well, similar to a daycare centre. It is a business where we're consistently looking after our staff and trying to understand what they're doing, and they're not falling in line with what we want, and it's becoming a little bit tiresome. So we realised the shift was required. So we did three things. Firstly, we identified that a shift needed to be made, and secondly, we brought in a life coach. I'd spoken to this life coach just for an hour on the phone. We asked him to come in and do a presentation to the staff, and he essentially taught us all that you need to drive your day. You win the morning, you win the day, and it's all up to you. And when I say all up to you, it's up to us as individuals to decide on where our future lies. There are no excuses. And by winning the morning and winning the day, it was like get up in the morning, do exercise, focus, plan your day out, insert affirmations. I will be powerful. I will, listen. I will be positive. I will connect. All these sorts of things that might make a difference on the impact of your day. And take each day as it comes. At the same token, set your daily goals, your monthly goals, and your yearly goals. We all know that every day doesn't go to plan, so at least if it's not going quite to plan, you can focus on your monthly goals or your weekly goals or your yearly goal. So these sorts of things were suggested, but it was for somebody to take it on. And it came down to me to lead by example, take the initiative, and that's exactly what I did. I got up in the morning every day, went for a run, which I hadn't done for years. Getting me up before 6 o'clock it never been heard of, but it was amazing the shift in even myself, the positivity that I brought into each day, and how much more that I felt that I could potentially achieve, and I could see my potential. So I led from the front. And by coming in, we also decided that daily meetings were imperative. So we brought in daily meetings of our staff,
And that included me telling the story of the day and also asking the staff to do presentation, just one each day, of what inspired them, who inspired them, and maybe put on a video or something for the whole team to see and listen to. But what came out of that was a stronger relationship between staff members and a huge positive environment where they came out of that meeting pretty pumped, with positivity and ready to take on that day. So they brought in their diaries, they wrote down their affirmations and their goals, and then we'd learn something and we were educating them how to be better in your day, and we put on those videos or whatnot. And it worked really, really well. The other thing that we did is we brought in a financial advisor. Now, the financial advisor taught our staff, or educated our staff, what they could do to find financial security. Now, granted, not all of them took it on board, or not all of them did do that, but they were certainly educated or had the education to make the choice if they would decide, if they were prepared to sacrifice some of their weekly income to make a stronger future for themselves. So again, it's amazing how parents may not educate their children as far as financial security is concerned, but certainly there are options out there, and it's never too late. So we brought them in as well, and that was very powerful. I think for a couple of reasons. One, it showed that we are willing to genuinely help our staff. And two, it showed that we were prepared to invest. And three, it educated them that they now had the power to make the choice. Right? There are no excuses. So it was really positive. And the best comment that I got out of over the last couple of years, and it wasn't very long after we initiated these changes, was that I can't believe this company, how much they are really helping us and what they're putting into us, and how much they're giving us as to what it used to be. Now, it's only small changes, but from a mindset of an employee, it was huge. And over a 6-month period, we had 6 of our staff lose over about 10 kilos. And the majority of them were doing the exercise in the morning. There's a huge buy-in to winning the morning, winning the day. And they actually ended up drawing the energy from each other to get a result. We put an app, a morning app on, so that you have to chime into the app and take a photo while you're out down the beach or whatever at 6 a.m. And then there were comments made of, this, that and the other. And we found that the staff's morale was just jumped incredibly. So it was good. It was fantastic. And as a result, the profits went up. The staff were making more money because the commissions were really were really sort of coming into play. And as I said, they were, working later, and they weren't finishing their day until their day had finished, which means that all our customer service had increased quite drastically. So it was really great. So that's how we changed our culture around. 3 steps. We had a life coach in. We had daily meetings for some level of accountability and positive reinforcement of what is possible out there. And we also brought in a financial advisor. So how can we help you? Well, firstly, if you wanted to take the time and get in contact with us, I'm more than happy to pass on our concepts and our contacts to you, no problem. And secondly, as an HR guru, there's no doubt that you're familiar with salary sacrificing, and that's certainly something that we specialise in. So we do novated leasing, and for staff morale, it's absolutely crucial, we feel, to be able to give your staff the choice to save money on tax and be able to drive a brand new motor vehicle with all the running costs 100% deductible, well, not even deductible, like it's a pre-tax saving. So it comes straight off the top. And also saving them from having the psychological issues of feeling as though they have large bills coming up. We are essentially the Crisco of car ownership. We take a small amount each week to cover fuel, servicing, registration, all that sort of thing, and we budget it over the year so that when a large bill comes in, it's all covered. We've budgeted for it, so there's no stress from your employee's point of view, and it's 100% deductible. So the benefit is your staff appreciate the opportunity that you're giving them and the offer. They're getting to drive around in a near new or new car, whatever they choose, and there's something that's reliable, and you as an employer know that there's no excuses because they've always got fuel to get to work. So the upside also from the employer's point of view is that it does build staff loyalty. There is a financial commitment, so if they do leave your business, they realise that the tax incentives won't be in place and they are left with a lease. And thirdly, you save on payroll tax. So every dollar that's salary sacrificed, your company saves on payroll tax. That's 6.5%. Of every dollar in New South Wales, for example. So there's some real upsides to novated leasing, and we would be more than happy to spend more time explaining it to you, passing on some quotes to see what the difference in your employee's net income is, depending on what car that they choose that they want to be driving that's near new or new. And we'd be more than happy to try and facilitate a result. So my name's Nick Crawshay. I'm the Managing Director of Fincar Novated Leasing. That's the story of how we changed our culture. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, I'm more than happy to speak to you directly. Just call through, ask for Nicholas, and I'm online, ready to talk. Okay, thanks very much.